We began February with a Carabao Cup semi-final second leg at the Emirates with a 1-goal lead over Chelsea. Former Bluesman Kepa started in goal once again.
Essa will get an opportunity here though. Hincapié urged to shoot! And it didn't quite drop for Gabriel. Robert Sanchez, the first keeper to be called into action. Martinelli gambling on this one, has got away from Malo Gusto. Martinelli can turn and shoot, and Gusto recovered really well, the Frenchman.
I think he got a little bit lucky that Martinelli couldn't pull the trigger.
Fernandes able to take aim. And beaten clear by Kepa, who responded well, the Spaniards. Plenty of pace and power behind that strike. Fernandes' corner out only as far as Cucurella. Finds that strike well off target. Zubimendi can tee one up for Gabriel. And it was blocked heroically inside the 6-yard box by that man again, Marc Cucurella. Essa wins it off Palmer. Martinelli in space. Onto ground, Peter Banks again unmoved, the man in the middle.
Second, his left leg does sweep Martinelli at the end.
Prodded forward by Trossard. Arsenal have two players over on the right-hand side. And it's going to fall for Kai Havertz against his former club. Havertz for Wembley. Returned and relentless. Havertz in the semi-final. And Arsenal are Wembley bound once more, beyond all doubt.
And Arsenal and all the fans are going to go home absolutely chuffed to bits.
We booked our spot at Wembley for our first Carabao Cup final in 8 years. Another shutout also saw us become the first club in Europe's major leagues to record a 20th clean sheet in all competitions this season. Back to Premier League action and a rare traditional 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon kick-off as we hosted Sunderland. Mikel Arteta made 5 changes following our cup victory, with Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus amongst those recalled.
Here's Trossard on the left for Arsenal, inside to Declan Rice, who lets one go from distance, and it's not far away, you know.
It's a brilliant effort from Declan Rice, that's what we have to do more.
Trossard to Martin Zubimendi, and it's in! Brilliant goal from Arsenal's midfield maestro.
What a strike from Martin Zubimendi. Brilliant technique, his Robin Roof's absolutely no chance low down to his right-hand side.
And Arsenal, who have been frustrated largely in this first period, have the lead, and they could be in again here with Gabriel Jesus. Bearing down on goal is the Brazilian Gabriel Jesus around Roofs. Was he brought down there? Yes, he was. Arsenal penalty, but the flag's gone up.
I must admit, on first looks, it did look like Gabriel Jesus was just offside.
It's very, very tight, Perry, very tight. Here's Havertz. He's got Madueke to his right, Jesus inside of him. Still going, Kai Havertz gets the shot off himself! And that wasn't far away at all from Kai Havertz. Brilliant, brilliant effort. Rice and Kai Havertz coming over to stop Sunderland escaping, and they played it straight to Trossard, who finds Havertz into Victor Gyökeres. Oh, it's brilliant from Victor Gyökeres off the bench and making an instant impact. Victor Gyökeres finds the back of the net again, and Arsenal have now created clear distance. Norgard hooks that forward, Martinelli will chase it, and Martinelli will get there, and he looks to go beyond Reinildo, and Martinelli's bearing down on goal to wrap it up for Arsenal. He finds Victor Gyökeres, and there it is! Arsenal 3, Sunderland 0, a devastating breakaway. Martinelli and Gyökeres, the two substitutes combine, and Arsenal surely now have all 3 points. Arsenal 3, Sunderland 0.
Victor Gyökeres made a huge impact off the bench to help seal our 4th win in a row in all competitions, taking us 9 points clear at the top of the table, ahead of Manchester City's Sunday assignments at Liverpool. A Thursday night trip across London to the G-Tech Community Stadium awaited us next as we faced high-flying Brentford.
Corner delivered by Wright. Deep it goes to the far post. Gabriel was rising highest, and that one is deflected out and behind for another Arsenal corner.
Jumped really high off the shoulder.
Jensen teasing one in. There's Thiago. What a save, David Raya. Point blank range.
Go straight to Jensen, delivered in. And Raya's got it all covered.
In from Hincapié towards Madueke. And Madueke gets his moment. Goals in back-to-back away games now for Noni Madueke. Barely any space inside that 6-yard box as Jensen fires in another one. There's a free header. And it's been put wide by Keane Lewis Potter. Odegaard helps Jan out of possession. Two with him. Here's Declan Rice. There's Gyökeres. That was really good tracking back by Coyote.
I think Declan Rice maybe shouldn't have passed it there. It should have been a toe poke goalward.
Bees buzzing around the Arsenal goalkeeper as that one has gone all the way through. And Keane Lewis Potter, who had an opportunity to give Brentford the lead, this time has been able to take his chance. Goes Thiago to shoot. That is a massive chance.
Oh, he's got to do better here.
Gyökeres, Timber, the furthest man forward. Jurriën Timber for Gabriel Martinelli, and Kelleher smothers.
Kelleher is right there again.
A point apiece as it finishes here at the G-Tech Community Stadium. Brentford 1, Arsenal 1.
Despite a strong closing spell, the points were shared in a 1-1 draw. It was time for the FA Cup fourth round as we hosted League One side Wigan Athletic. Mikel Arteta heavily rotated for this one, making 8 changes.
Eze looking for the run, and Madueke, he's in here! There's the opening goal! Perfectly found by Eze, and Madueke with the execution. Arsenal lead 1-0.
What a fantastic pass from Emirates Eze. That's exactly what we want to see from him. Just looks a little bit more relaxed. Madueke just making sure he times his run from out to in perfectly.
Nice touch again, looking for Martinelli this time, and he's found him. Martinelli! 2-0, wonderful finish. Made again by Eze. And Martinelli did the rest.
What a finish from Gabriel Martinelli again. You have to go across the goalkeeper, exactly what Martinelli's done. Brilliantly weighted pass from Everett Eze, this time with his left foot, and a clinical finish from Martinelli.
Lovely skill by Madueke. He's got Saka with him, uses him. Saka keeps it in, pulls it back. It's an own goal. Well, it was calamity, really. And it's found a way into the back of the net, and Arsenal have scored a third.
Yeah, it was good link-up play again down this right-hand side. But he just rolled it into Bukayo Saka. Saka just pulls it back, and it looks like it's Hunt. He's trying to get back and help his defence out. Ball comes off his head, wrestles in the back of the net.
It's going to be a long 90 minutes this for Wigan.
Yeah, very much so. It's whether we keep up to that. You know, it's very difficult when you know that the game's won.
There's the ball. Jesus is onside. This should be 4. And is! What a cool finish! And Arsenal have scored 4 times, and Wigan Athletic are in pieces here. Clip ball, Jesus timed his run, and it's all over.
Brilliant first touch from Jesus, getting the ball out of his feet. Then the second one just to get himself nice and settled, and then a lovely little dink over Tickle to make it 4-0.
Here's Taylor, he could be in, it's Joe Taylor! Kepa's made a point-blank save. That was the moment for Wigan.
Oh, big moment there for Joe Taylor in his career. Just find himself 1v1, and then he can't quite get the ball out of his feet.
There's the run by Gyökeres. Oh, he struck the post. He got away, very close to making it 5.
Yeah, great run from Victor Gyökeres, just getting himself free on that right-hand side of the penalty box.
Lovely play by Trossard to Zubimendi. Nice ball in, there's the header! Martinelli thought he'd made it 5, but it's been kept out by Tickle.
Really good little floaty ball in from Zubimendi. Martinelli thinks that he scored.
4 goals inside the opening 27 minutes secured our place in the 5th round draw. We headed to the Midlands next to face Wolverhampton Wanderers, a side fighting to avoid relegation. The boss shuffled his pack once again as we went in search of 3 points.
Here's Rice on the corner of the box, clips it in, Saka's in space, and Saka scores! The Arsenal skipper has put the Gunners in front, and it's the perfect start for Mikel Arteta's side. It's taken them less than 5 minutes. Deadlock broken, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Arsenal 1.
Well, that's given away. Gyökeres will pounce and he'll just help it on to Martinelli. Rice in support. Rice's effort from the edge of the box, that wasn't far away. Just tried to shift it onto the right foot and place it. His cut back blocked. Now it's Madueke. Madueke's effort, Sarr spilt it, and Martinelli couldn't convert.
A nice strike from Madueke, decent height.
Wolves back in shape. Gabriel looks to slide that through to Piero Hincapié, who's in on goal here, and Hincapié scores! His first Premier League goal. Piero Hincapié has created daylight between Arsenal and Wolves, but the flag's up. Well, we await the check. There it is, the goal stands.
Hincapié just exploits that little bit of space. Such composure, he's under pressure into the roof of the net. Great finish.
Hugo Bueno's effort, brilliant finish, and Wolves are right back in this.
That's a great finish, isn't it?
Mane's control wasn't great, and that caused panic at the back. Jesus with a clever little flick into Martinelli, and Sarr makes the save. Mane into the box, Gabriel and Raya with some miscommunication, and it's gone in. And Wolverhampton Wanderers have their equaliser through the substitute, Edozie.
Despite Piero Hincapié scoring his first goal in Arsenal colours, it was a disappointing evening as we saw 2 points slip from our grasp. To the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and the 199th North London derby. Our fierce rivals had a new face in the technical area as interim head coach Igor Tudor was taking charge of Spurs for the very first time. But recent history was on our side as the Lily Whites had lost their last 3 home league games against us.
Saka gets away from Sarr, and Eza! Spurs simply cannot handle him. And Eza is turning the North London derby into his own personal highlight reel. Given away by Rice, Colin Moani with a chance to equalise. And Spurs are back on level terms, just moments after conceding to Eza. Gyökeres, space! Oh, that's a brilliant goal! Victor Gyökeres has his moment to savour in the North London derby. A thumping finish. Eza pounces, Saka's away. Bukayo Saka to make it 3. The fall for Eza. It is 3. And at this point, it is becoming inevitable. Ebere Eza in the North London derby for the 5th time in 2 games. Spence gets around Hincapié, and Raya keeps that one out. Just as it was trickling over the line, Richarlison denied. More fabulous reflexes by David Raya. Odegaard. Gyökeres can take it with him. Gyökeres for 4! Derby day dominance. Arsenal have blown Tottenham out of the water, and Arsenal go marching on.
Derby Day delight with a brace apiece for Victor Gyökeres and Eberechi Eze. The latter became the first Arsenal player to score 5 goals in a single season against Tottenham in 90 years.
Scoring at the Tottenham Stadium was big. I think the moment, the timing of the goal, seeing the sort of pressure that we were under as a club, it just felt so powerful, and it felt like it was a momentum shift for us. So to sort of help to start that is definitely something that's a big blessing for me, and I'm grateful for it.
It was time for A Night to Belong next, the Arsenal Foundation's flagship fundraising dinner, supporting the club's impact locally and globally. The evening brought together players from both the men's and the women's squads, club legends, senior leaders, and a host of special guests to support the club's action in its communities. 4 Premier League games later, and the table continued to bring a smile to Gooners worldwide as we ended the month clear of the ever-pushing Manchester City. A struggling Spurs had earlier in February said goodbye to Thomas Frank, while Nottingham Forest had also changed managers as the pair, in 16th and 17th respectively, aimed to avoid a relegation scrap. Having had 7 days to savour our latest North London Derby Day triumph, we returned to Premier League action with another all-capital clash against Chelsea. In a show of faith following victory over Spurs, Mikel Arteta named an unchanged team for the first time since November.
Eze in a pocket of space and going for goal. Spotted Sanchez a long way off his line.
Yeah, it's a decent effort there from Eze. From distance from the halfway line, just unfortunately didn't have enough power on it.
Corner comes in from Saka. Deep delivery towards Gabriel and flicked in! And William Saliba will run away and claim the plaudits. It is Saliba who soared, and Arsenal have the breakthrough against the Blues. Final touch coming off Mamadou Sarr. In from James, and it's been flicked in. Rhys James will celebrate with those Chelsea fans, but it looks like that final touch came off Piero Hincapié at the near post. Rice's delivery again, and Arsenal have it in again. Jurriën Timber takes control of the London derby. Another set piece, another struggle for Sanchez. Getting there ahead of Neto. Does he fancy his chances up against the Portuguese, who has been booked? Martinelli was ready to play on, and just like that, Chelsea have another player sent off this season. This ball in is clawed away by David Raya, and it was a save the Spaniard desperately needed to make. Eventually it is hoisted up there, and João Pedro's in, and Raya will save again, but it's been tapped in by Delap, and it will be ruled out. João Pedro had gone slightly too early.
A breathless affair as William Saliba headed in his first league goal of the season. We extended our unbeaten run against the Blues to 11. Another midweek endeavour next, as we were on the road heading south to face a Brighton side who'd been in fine form. Making his 300th first-team appearance for Arsenal, Bukayo Saka, who captained the team in the absence of Martin Odegaard.
David Wright, his 100th. Oh, it's a mistake. And chance for Brighton here is going to have to be dealt with, and it is by Gabriel. What a chance that was for Brighton, and it was Balaba who got through after Raya's mistake.
I think that's a great opportunity to put themselves one in front. I think you should finish this.
Feeds it to Saka. Saka cuts inside. Drills one in, and it's in! Bukayo Saka's shot's found a way in, and the Gunners have the perfect start.
From the Brighton's perspective, that's a poor goal to concede.
Bukayo Saka on his 300th appearance. The Arsenal fans chanting, nice football by Brighton. Matoma, it's a great block, tremendous.
Fully committed there, Gabriel. He's come across, thrown himself in the way. That's what you call first-class defending.
Mosquera, here's Eza. Arsenal go again, here's Saka. Trying to make some space, still Saka. Off target at the end.
Yeah, not the best strike there from Saka, trying to carve out an opportunity to hit the target.
Deeper one this time, headed down. Here's Rutter. Raya makes the save. Just had a bit too much time there, Rutter.
I think he's done everything right there just to hit the target. It's a good hand there from Raya.
Now is Havertz onside. He is at the moment. Flag hasn't gone up. Here's Kai Havertz. Players all going down. Havertz. Verbruggen makes the save. And he would have counted because a corner's been given.
And he's just gone for power to hit the target.
There goes the final whistle. That's a huge win for the Gunners. Saka's goal the difference. And with Manchester City dropping points, they've been held by Nottingham Forest. Celebrations in that away end. Arsenal are 7 points clear.
A vital victory, ground out against a tough Brighton side. Another clean sheet made it 14 in 30 Premier League games this season, our most at this stage of a top-flight campaign since 2005-06.
The game away against Brighton was one of the toughest games this season. Also because we played Chelsea, I think 3 days before that. I think it was Tottenham before that, but physically it was really tough because we were quite tired still. And like mentally, Brighton played so good that game, so that win felt like a massive win. So it was one of those games in those seasons, you know, that they feel like a relief, and it's so important to pick up 3 points at away games like Brighton, and in the end so decisive as well for your season.
Our FA Cup journey continued with a trip to Mansfield Town in the 5th round of the competition, a first meeting with the Stags since 1929. We'd progressed from each of our last 15 FA Cup ties against sides from the 3rd tier or below.
Arsenal have it back. Here's Dowman. He could be in. Max Dowman! Good save. What a chance that was. Liam Roberts with a good stop. Dowman nearly punishing the Mansfield error. Mansfield trying to go. Mosquera's gone down. He's still Mansfield have a chance here. Kepa didn't quite deal with it, and the shooting chance, and it's a fine save at the end from Lewis Reed. My goodness me. Arsenal were nearly caught out. Mansfield win it back again. No time to stop here. Diving in there was Salmon. Shot comes in. It's just wide.
Wow, that is very, very close for Mansfield. That was brilliant. But that's definitely going to give them a lot of confidence.
Trossard into Havertz again. Martinelli trying to go through a few challengers. Dowman. Martinelli. Save comes in. It was straight at Liam Roberts.
Another good hold-up play from Kai Havertz. And Max Dowman, so skillful.
Trying to go round his man, Trossard. He's still going. There's a chance. Oh, Dowman was in space, but it was a difficult.
Yeah, he just has to take in one touch in the box.
Martinelli. Another shot, beautiful finish from Noni Madueke. Took it really well. Arsenal lead.
Nice pass on the ground, and then Madueke first time, what a curve. Oh yeah, what a finish.
Salmon not the best pass there. And there could be trouble here for Arsenal. And there is the equaliser from Will Evans, the substitute.
And then the finish is perfect.
Dowman did well, got away from a couple of challenges. Max Dowman, great feet. Still Max Dowman!
It's just so casual and so easy, just dribbling players like they're not even there. It's just fun, good reaction from Roberts there.
Madueke's away, he's got Dowman with him. Arsenal got plenty of options. Madueke, Max Dowman pulls it across, Jesus off the line.
This is a big missed opportunity.
That's better from the Gunners. Eza creates some space. Oh, rifles it in. Terrific finish from Eza.
Oh, what a power on the shot. Great goal.
Nice flick. Madueke, Saka. Can Arsenal seal it here? Bukayo Saka still going. Saka. It's a good save. Liam Roberts' foot denying Bukayo Saka.
A testing win to secure our first FA Cup quarter-final since 2020. In the last 8, we would face Southampton at St Mary's. Knockout European football was back on the menu as we took on Bayer Leverkusen in the first leg of our Champions League round of 16 tie in Germany. Up until this stage of the competition, we were the only team that hadn't trailed at any point in the Champions League so far this season.
Timber. Good ball in, Eza lets it run, this is nice. Martinelli could be in here, hits the crossbar.
It was Gyökeres finally just slotted it to Martinelli, who unleashed a rocket off the bar.
Quansah, nice touch, makes the space. Well blocked. Gabriel felt the full force of that though.
Oh, that's sort of top of the chest, but he takes it so well for the side.
Look for the 1-2. Nkapie, comfortable save for Blasvik at the end.
Right foot, decent strike, but probably could have made a bit more of that.
Second half about to get underway. No changes at half-time, 0-0. By Leverkusen and Arsenal. Leverkusen immediately on the attack. Ball played in, there's a headed chance. Oh, what a save from Raya! And he had to make the save as well. What an electric start from Leverkusen to the start of this second half. Corner comes in, it's a deeper one, free header, and there's a goal. Andrich couldn't miss.
It's a bad start to the second half for Arsenal.
Martinelli. And Timber! And he couldn't keep the header down.
I've got to say, I think Timber will be very disappointed.
Madueke tries to cut inside, did well, goes down, penalty.
Referees give it, you can't make challenges like that, and there you see he does, he just sits on Madueke's left foot as it goes to plant on the floor.
Havertz against his former club Leverkusen, he spent 10 years here, and it's in from Kai Havertz.
Havertz slots it into the side.
And we are all square going back to the Emirates in 6 days' time.
Kai Havertz came back to haunt the club where it all began for him, to ensure our Champions League round of 16 tie against Bayer Leverkusen remained in the balance. A Saturday early evening back in the Premier League and back at Emirates Stadium, where we welcomed an Everton team that were unbeaten in 6 on their travels in the top flight. Mikel Arteta made 3 changes for this one, with Ricardo Calafiori, Kai Havertz and Noni Madueke all starting.
Fires it in towards goal. Mendy on the follow-up. Will break for Bukayo Saka. Oh, dragged his shot wide off that bottom corner, but more encouraging stuff by Arsenal. It's McNeil who had that chance. Now full of energy, full of momentum. McNeil goes for goal! And Njai forces it wide. The offside flag had gone up against the Senegalese. Oh, it's an excellent effort! And he is again, much more central. Eza! Beaten away by Pickford. The offside flag has gone up.
It's another strong shot. Eza.
What a ball in that is by Dowman, and tapped in by Gyökeres! With just over a minute left of the 90. Gyökeres it is who pounces. And that may well be Arsenal moving 10 points clear. In by James Garner. Away by Gyökeres. Martinelli again. And Dowman can run clear. And Dowman has Martinelli with him. Dowman's going to go alone.
He's going to do it.
Dowman to wrap things up for Arsenal. Max Dowman. Arsenal's 16-year-old wonder kids writes the first chapter of what will be a very long and very special story.
A thrilling end as Max Dowman made Premier League history by becoming the competition's youngest ever scorer, saw us clinch a precious win at a jubilant Emirates. We had now scored more goals via substitutes than any other team in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, Max is a top player, top guy as well. Obviously, he's still young, so yeah, we all impressed for what he does for his age. Because yeah, when I was 16, I was not with the first team, and he's training with us since he's 15. And from the first day, you could see that he's something special. And I hope he will keep going like this. But he's a top guy, and he wants to do a lot. So I'm sure he will do it. Yeah.
That Everton game, good grief! Like everybody knows that. You can't drop points, like the pressure is intolerable. And Mikel improvises and is brave and bold to bring on a 16-year-old who is, you know, he has so much quality that age is like a secondary issue, really. Let's look at what matters here. Is he good enough? Yes. Is he brave enough? Yes. Is he ready? Yes. And I think in the fullness of time, when people in 20 years' time watch that goal again, it'll make people weep, you know? The emotional impact of that moment. You need moments in seasons. You need moments that change things in your direction. Magic moments, Mikel calls them. And those players have had to dig deep sometimes to find their magic moments.
It was time to hopefully book our spot in the quarter-finals of the Champions League for the third successive season as Bayer Leverkusen came to N5. Our form in European games in North London would intimidate all across the continent. Under Mikel Arteta, we'd suffered just one defeat in front of our fans in 16 Champions League games.
And Wright can retrieve, and he's got plenty of time to pick his next pass. In it goes to Saka, and there is Leandro Trossard. Pushed to safety by Yanis Blažević. It is Declan Rice. Punched to safety by Yanis Blažević. As it goes, and there is Bukayo Saka, angle slightly too tight. Back to Trossard, what a save! Wow, he has by far been the busier goalkeeper, Yanis Blažević. His header on the turn! Oh my goodness me! Bergkamp announces himself to Europe. His first Champions League goal. And he won't hit a sweeter shot.
That's why Emirates was brought here to Arsenal, to have that bit of flair when the game's really tight.
Leverkusen living dangerously there on the edge of their own penalty area. Picked up here by Declan Rice. Oh, he's placed it to perfection. And Declan Rice delivers under the Champions League lights once more. A big game talisman in the knockout phase of European competition. Gyökeres. To go alone here, the Swede, he's done well. Towards Bukayo Saka, and it's been bundled in for a third. But hang on, because Danny Micheli is going to be checking this one. The argument is that it's come off Kai Havertz's hand.
VAR is going to rule the goal out.
A special European night. A 3-1 win on aggregate secured our third successive Champions League quarter-final, where Sporting Club would await.
Going into Leverkusen at home, I don't think it added more pressure. We knew what we can do at home, especially with the fans behind us. I think that game we played really well from the start of the game. We were on it. We scored some nice goals, and in the end, it was a great win for us, and it got us through to the next round.
It was time for our first chance of silverware next, as we made the short trip to Wembley for the Carabao Cup final, with Manchester City standing in our way.
Wright for Zubimendi, there's Havertz! And Saka back towards goal! Denied twice by James Trafford. And those Arsenal fans in the Arsenal end have sprung into life. Field, looking for Semenyo, gets away from Trossard. Semenyo to cross it in, looking for Haaland. Who, if anything, jumped a bit too early. Almost caught it as he was coming down. With every passing move, Manchester City and that bit more hope. Cherki. Oh, that one's gone over the head of Kepa. And headed in by the Manchester boy, Nico O'Reilly. Space here for Nunes. It's the return ball. Deep back in towards O'Reilly again. A rapid-fire double from their academy products. Got in by Rice, there was the flick on by Calafiori, but it was a fairly simple catch. Zubimendi, spotted Trossard on the move, it will come now for Ricardo Calafiori. He wasn't too far away from getting another goal against City. Madueke, deeper this time, looking for Gabriel Jesus, it's a clever header off the crossbar. Gyökeres went to ground, Peter Banks waves away the appeals, and that is as close as Arsenal have come in this second half.
A tough loss to take, as City lifted the League Cup for the 9th time in their history. In what was a busy March, we'd only played 3 league games but remained top of the table. Mikel Arteta was named as the Barclays Manager of the Month, his 8th career managerial award. At the other end of the table, Tottenham said goodbye to manager Igor Tudor after just 43 days in charge.